What's good? Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, going to be covering a Root Rider Valkyrie smash attack that my man Anonymous put together, and he's been using up in the 5700 range of Legends League, just absolutely destroying bases. He had 7 triples and 199% time fill in this day. We're going to be going through all 8 replays, breaking down the attack, talking about his thoughts and why he uses the current army that he uses. So let's get right into the action. All right, on this first base, we have this box style base. Let's quickly go over what hero equipment he's using. Got the King's Gauntlet and Rage on the King. Pretty basic, honestly, invisibility. Archers. The one big thing I will say, since he's not using healers, he is using a healing tome, and he said that is extremely important, obviously, because of the Valkyries. So we definitely want to make sure we're using the healing tome with this, because we're not actually using healers for the main army. So we're going to start the Sarch over here. Just pick up some value, hopefully get this CC pulled or destroyed before it does get pulled. And really, I mean, you get the queen, you get a scatter shot, like we just clear out this entire base. Actually, he did get the CC pulled ahead of time while I was looking at the hero equipment. So the Imami and Rocket Loons got pulled to the side. He put a couple archers down to pull the Electro Titan out of the way so that it doesn't destroy your super archers, obviously. So got to be quick with that when you see that it's Electro Titan. When you get that first invisibility down, get an archer down to pull that troop away from your super archers so they do not get destroyed. You're gonna have the main army cut down through, but I mean, just real quick before we continue with the main army, this is just absolutely shredded already. I mean, the rest of the attack from here, you can see there's only a minute left on it. It's just absolutely shredded. So that super arch value was insane. Gonna have the Root Riders coming in, Valkyries coming in behind them. Look like he's saving a Root Rider and another 2 Valkyries to pair them up later on in the attack. Got the Warden ability going down. Don't even have the Royal Champion down yet, so we're saving her as well. See, we went to deploy the Root Rider over here, found a Troll Tesla. So we took that down with the Root Rider of Valkyries, and just pushing the main army down into the pretty much the Monolith and Town Hall is all that's over here left. And the Royal Champion come in from the left side of the base to clean up these defenses over here. You know, you save the Royal Champion in your back pocket just in case you don't get the Town Hall down for some reason. You know, or you can deploy with the main army. I think Anonymous likes to save the Royal Champion a decent amount of percentage of the time, just to make sure, you know, you always have that ace in your sleeve in case you can't get the Town Hall down, and the Royal Champion can help with that. All right, on this second attack, this is actually the 99% time fill. I will say Anonymous uses Rocket Loons in this instead of normal balloons. He really likes the Rocket Loons. He said it allows them to get deeper into the base a lot quicker, which obviously can pull Seeking Air Mines and stuff for the blimp. And you can get the blimp a little bit further, because obviously the normal balloons are super slow. So it's not a horrible idea, honestly. In my current army, I might even try to figure out how to get Rocket Loons in there, because it's extremely smart. I will say the other thing he talked about a lot was pulling the CC. If you have triple ice golem, which was one he specifically mentioned, pull those away from the main army. That way your main army doesn't get stuck and frozen underneath the monolith or underneath ricochet cannons or certain defenses that can really do a lot of damage to your troops. But you can see here, I can already tell you why he time failed. We were spending a lot of time getting these ice golems away from the main army. They tracked all the way across left to the Valkyrie. They chased them, and now they're chasing these archers all the way over here. We waited, I would say, almost 20 seconds to get our main army down. So that is probably the reason why he time failed. I'm sure he knows that. He probably ends up smashing the rest of this base like very fast, and it's just a matter of the fact that it took us a little bit to get rid of the CC. That's probably the biggest part of it. But pushing through this, you know, Eagle Artillery is already gone. Town Hall's gone. So really just got to worry about the Monolith and these singles. We use the Warden ability to get through a portion of this part of it, and RC comes down, takes out the Monolith and the Warden. So I mean, right here the base is looking absolutely smashed. So We lost a lot of our root riders pretty early though, so that's gonna hurt. Obviously that causes a lot of time fails too, when your barbarian king and your archer queen cannot get through to the back side of these bases, and they have to stop and break walls first. That spends a lot of time for your troops, because obviously the root riders going through these walls and busting everything open just makes it so much quicker. But when you lose all your root riders pretty early, that definitely hurts the later on. That causes, I would say, probably 90% of my time fails are because I lose all my root riders, and then a situation like this happens where my queen and my warden are busting on a wall for about 10 seconds and they can't get through it, and then we end up time failing because of it. So maybe if he would have used it, oh, they target the king. I was gonna say maybe if they would have used the ability to get rid of that dark storage first, possibly. But these storages were so close. That storage was so close to being destroyed. So just a little unfortunate, but I know he already knows what he did wrong, and he's gonna fix that. All right, on this next base, we are starting the rocket loons and the blimp up here towards 11 o'clock. Gonna get the blimp right at this wall on top of the ricochet cannon. Super wall breaker kind of trolls him a little bit, doesn't bust that wall open because it's kind of already an open compartment. So we end up cloning some of the super archers on the inside of the wall towards the town hall. That way we could take the town hall down. I'll tell you, one of the most frustrating things for me taking the town hall down sometimes is them builder huts, man. Them builder huts cause so many issues with super archers sometimes on making sure you can get the town hall fully down before, you know, all your visibilities are gone, because those builder huts are just, you know, obviously building back as much HP as they possibly can. And that just gets frustrating sometimes. Gonna pull the ice golems up top with this single archer. That way we could take them out with a couple Valkyries. And then we're gonna start this main army over here on the left side of the base and push down towards that Eagle artillery compartment. This is obviously the better side to start on, because, you know, we already got our full L shape built. So we're gonna finish on the monolith and warden, which is perfectly fine. He could honestly probably use, well, he's got the king up there, so be hard to send in the royal champion by herself up there, but we can use the royal champion down here towards this air defense more than likely. That way we can continue to push up through and keep this army focused, you know, all the way over that other scattershot compartment with the archer queen as well. Use the warden ability pretty early on to avoid some of that eagle artillery damage. Multi-target infernos are root riders' best friends because they're kind of just a joke. They don't do a whole lot. We did save another root rider and Valkyrie for over here. I noticed that was the theme in a lot of his attacks. Save a root rider and a couple Valkyries to push in. Kind of like I was talking about the royal champion. You know, keep that funnel going. Keep that L shape going very clean. You know, where your root riders don't get distracted on a couple small defenses. You can see they're already pushed up into the expo compartment. He probably, I'm going to be completely honest with you, there's been a couple attacks where he probably could have just swagged the RC. I think he could have swagged the RC on this one. If we deployed the RC with 15% left, I don't even think he needed the RC, to be completely honest. He still had the king ability, still had the queen ability, still had 5 or 6 root riders alive at the time, still had Imami pushing through. Like, he didn't even need the royal champion. If that doesn't show you how, like, insane this army can be, I don't know what will. All right, on this next base, we have another one of these box-style bases. This is probably the most common base right now in Legends League, especially higher Legends League. See a lot of these, just different variations of bases like this, and the old cross-style base as well. I think this might have been the same one that he hit in Attack 1. I could be wrong, but we're going to start the Super Archers over here, land on top of the Ricochet Cannon, Archer Queen, Scattershot, you know, Eagle Artillery area, and try to get down as much as these defenses as we possibly can and really funnel out this base. That way we could pick up as much value and easy funneling as we possibly can going through the rest of the attack. We got some rocket balloons and 3 headhunters in the CC. Gotta be careful with those headhunters sometimes. You end up deploying your warden with your main army before you deploy any other heroes. You can get your warden absolutely destroyed. Choosing to start the main army down here at 6 o'clock and push through the town hall this way, because that's where the monolith is as well. So Could have started up at 11 o'clock, but I think once you get the L shape made, it really doesn't matter which way you push through. You want to finish on the Town Hall or get the Town Hall first, one way or another, vice versa. There was another Ice Golem in the CC that he didn't end up pulling, which is a little frustrating, but not gonna matter too much. But I will say the one thing, I talked about it a couple of attacks ago. Anonymous is really good about pulling CC. That's something I haven't been too consistent on, and with the Root Riders, to be honest. It's probably a really good idea, obviously, to pull the CC aside and deal with it. I normally don't, so something I'm gonna have to work on as an attacker and get better at. So hopefully I can have some better attacks in Legends League as well. But Town Hall goes down. Queen actually steps up through the middle, takes out some of these heavy hitting defenses like Scattershot by herself. And then RC is going to come in soon, or RC's in now, taking out this other Scattershot and other defenses, but still have some Root Riders alive. Still got the King ability. So this one's just absolutely smashed. You can see the Valkyries, you know, they did so much smashing, they ended up on the outside, and they're just one-shotting these defenses out here. With 5 of them, they're just absolutely destroying defenses super quick. That's one positive part too, is Valkyries are very fast. They move very fast, so, and their attacks do a lot of damage. So time failing, it just really doesn't happen unless you make a user error. All right, on this deck's replay, we actually have a ring style base, so a little bit different. We get to see how this army does against this instead of the corner box style bases that we've been seeing a lot of. I'm going to use the rocket loons to push through up on this side of the base, but you can see how quickly they get through, and they're going to pick up any of these Seeking Air Mines. They're going to do take out a couple defenses on the way and really protect that blimp. It's really not a bad idea using 4 rocket balloons. It's actually brilliant. So we're going to get the super archers in here pretty deep and allow them to do what they do best, and that is just absolutely shred out bases, take down the Town Hall, get the CC popped, and just really set up this attack for success. He got an insane amount of value with the super archers on this one. We're going to pull the rocket balloons, ice golems to the side here and deal with those with a couple Valkyries and something for the rocket loon. Rocket loon's not too bad to deal with. You just deal with that later on or have the E-Mommy take care of it. You can see we only got about 1:30 left when we deploy the main army. So this is after this initial Sarge, this base just gets absolutely depleted very quickly. I will say with the Valkyries also, when these defenses are stacked on top of each other, it allows the Valkyries to potentially attack multiple defenses with one swing. That is a huge value. You pick up a lot of value very quickly with those. So we're going to use the Ward ability to get through the Eagle Artillery Blast and the Barbarian King and a couple other defenses down here, but all the big heavy hitting defenses were pretty much taken out besides the Eagle. So that's the reason why he started the main army down here like he did. Then the Root Riders are going to go up through the middle, finish carving that out. I'm going to be honest with you, he does deploy the RC a little early on this one. Most of these attacks, he probably doesn't even have to use the Royal Champion, which is just absolutely crazy. But he does use the Royal Champion to try to keep the army pushing up through, but on some of these, like, he could have deployed the Royal Champion a little earlier there at that 5 o'clock range and just guaranteed that the Root Rider stepped up through the middle. But he probably didn't even need to deploy her because he's still got the King ability, still the Queen ability. Queen was walking over there anyways to finish off those defenses, and the King ability with the 4 or 5 Root Riders he's got alive still and the Valkyries he's got alive. I mean, he was going to walk through this base anyways. It's just absolutely crazy that he's hardly even using the RC really, and he's just still just absolutely smashing these bases with no problem at all. All right, on this next attack, we're going to start down at the 7 o'clock range with the rocket balloons and get this Eagle or this blimp up near the Eagle Artillery and Monolith compartment. You also got the Archer Queen sitting right here and the CC, so we're going to pick up a lot of value with this. We're going to get a Scattershot, Expo, Monolith, Eagle, Queen, and the CC all in one. Well, hopefully we get the Eagle. They're actually targeting the super minions right now, so he goes ahead and covers the super minions just to make sure they hopefully target the Eagle Artillery, which they do at the final second, and they get it. Whew. They actually got it with the arrow that hit the headhunter. Gonna drop the main army now that we only have one super minion to worry about. We ain't worried about the CC at that point. So we're gonna get the king, queen, warden, and a couple root riders going until we get a little higher up in the base, and we're gonna probably drop a little bit more army. Got the Valkyries coming in now just to push the king and queen up through the middle of the base. I got the rest of the root riders and some more of the Valkyries coming in over at 3 o'clock to push through and just make sure that the core part of that army stays in the middle, takes out the RC, and pushes towards the town hall compartment. That also helped push the king back up into the base because the Valkyries took out all the excessive buildings out there. So the king pushed up back through the middle of the base, and these root riders are going to join the other root riders as we push into the town hall compartment. So this base is already wrecked. I mean, the only thing it's really worrying, you know, is you got 2 single target infernos and the town hall left. So single target infernos can really do some damage really quick, especially when you got a poison tower and the town hall poison to worry about, and your troops are not moving very fast. Thankfully, the queen didn't step into that poison, was able to take down that first single target inferno before being dragged around by the tornado trap. Then the royal champion's going to step up with the spirit fox and easily take out this other single target inferno and the warden. So yeah, this base just ended up absolutely smashed too. You know, when you think that it's starting to fizzle out a little bit, you're like, oh yeah, he's still got the royal champion, so we're just gonna drop that hero and take out the rest of the base pretty easily. So, and normally has the king ability to the end as well. All right, on this next base, we have this box style base with town hall and the monolith, big compartment over here on the other side of the eagle compartment. I'm gonna use the rocket loons to let this blimp push in right on top of this ricochet cannon. Drop that, get some of the CC pulled, and we're able to take out the eagle artillery, both ricochet cannons, which is huge value. Possibly the scatter shot, and I don't know if the archer queen's gonna step up or not, but she's kind of in the area too. But we get the CC pool to actually kill one of the ice golems pretty early as well. And yeah, we're gonna get insane value. Gonna end up picking up the scatter shot as well. But this bait, it's just already carved out. Like the whole funnel is there. We're gonna pull the last ice golem because actually one of them got destroyed as well. Gonna pull the last ice golem over here towards about 9 o'clock with an archer and get that taken care of, and then we can start the main army. But you could see it's already completely carved out, and the funnel's completely set up down here at 6 o'clock. We can push up towards that town hall compartment pretty easily. He does use one root rider over here at 9 o'clock with a couple Valkyries to push through a couple of these defenses, and then the main army is going to start down here. So I got some initial root riders and then one over on the side just to take out this wizard tower and keep most of the main root riders pushing up through the middle. Also take out some of the other buildings with the Valkyries, that way the king doesn't walk. That's one thing I will say. I think maybe one time on all these attacks the king has walked. He does a very good job of keeping his king with the main army pushing through the middle of the base, which is so important because the king is, especially with the king's gauntlet, is such an important part of any attack nowadays. Still upset that I don't have the king's gauntlet. I was not playing during that time frame, so I'm hoping, even though it's probably going to cost me quite a bit of gems, I'm hoping that the king's gauntlet eventually comes back to the trader shop like we've all kind of heard rumored. That would be nice because it's insane, and I think it's definitely an advantage having that hero equipment. So definitely something I'm gonna be willing to invest in if it does come back. But you can see, you know, after the town hall goes down, there ain't much left of this base. You know, the RC came in from the 10 o'clock area and just wiped out whatever was left over there. And now the heroes are just gonna finish it off. He swags a couple hero abilities like every other attack. All right, on this 8th and final attack, we have a similar layout to some of these other bases, but it's a little different. We actually have both ricochet cannons, monolith, and eagle, with all the heroes down here at this bottom part of the base. That's where I would have guessed he was going to attack, and that's where we're going to see the rocket balloons come through and get the blimp right inside this wall where the ricochet cannon is. That way we could just pick up some insane value down here. I kind of already have a feeling this is going to be some crazy value. With all the heroes down here, the monolith, the ricochets. I don't know if we'll get that second ricochet cannon just because it's so far down there. But we're going to pick up the eagle artillery and the monolith as well. Oh yeah, all the super archers came back. That was actually nice. And then they're going to all walk out of the invisibilities, of course. We do get the queen. And the RC is going to be one shot, it looks like. Have a triple ice golem CC as well. That's very, very common. That and Electro Titan is probably the most common CC, I think, right now in Legends League. But the triple ice golem is really designed to slow you down. Freeze your troops so heavy hitting defenses like the Town Hall Monolith can tear through them. But, you know, like we've said a couple times, he does an excellent job of pulling these troops down and taking care of them with a Valkyrie. Which the ice golems against the Valkyrie don't even stand a chance because ice golems don't do enough damage to really take out a Valkyrie. So we're going to push the main army in through the Town Hall compartment. Start there and then finish off on this other half that really has no defenses left, to be honest. So, did we end up... Oh, okay. I didn't know if we got that other ricochet cannon at the very end or not. We didn't, but Warden's kind of trolling a little bit, stepping down with these troops and not... staying with the top part of the army that's in the Town Hall compartment, but that's actually okay because the Archer Queen's going to take out the Town Hall by herself, and then these other troops can stay healthy as they push through the other part of the base and to the backside. King ability popping off, got the RC down to help out, help funnel and keep these troops pushing down through, but I mean the other scatter shots take it out. Only thing that's really left is the ricochet cannon and time, but this one's not a time fail. We got enough troops to push through pretty easily. The Valkyries, man, they just stay alive and they get on the outside and they clean up all these buildings for you on the outside, which is crazy. Usually that's what one of my Electro Titans do, but the Valkyries taking out buildings compared to the Electro Titans is a lot faster. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed the army. Just an absolute insane army that Anonymous put together. Just smashing Town Hall 16s like they're nothing. Just wanted to show you he's in the 5,700 trophy range and finished last season at 6,001, 1,785 global. So he had a really good season last season with Electro Titans, and he decided to switch it up to the Root Riders and Valkyries this season. And he said he feels like he's having even better of a season. So kind of excited to see how he finishes. Said he'll still hit me up if he has some great days so he could share some replays with you guys in the future. Let me know if you guys like this army, and we'll catch you next time.